The skies over eastern Ukraine are burning a new kind of fire tonight, a fire of shattered metal and broken ambitions. We are coming. To you live with the skies of conflict. Breaking news alert. What we are witnessing is not just a battle, it is a systemic collapse of Russian aerial doctrine. A failure so profound it will be studied in war colleges for decades. This was not a simple engagement. This was a complex, multi-layered air assault designed to break the back of Ukrainian air defenses in the Donetsk sector. But what happened? The dark hours of the morning will be remembered as one of the most disastrous Russian operations of this war. We have confirmed reports from multiple military intelligence sources and our own analysis of battlefield data. The operation, codenamed by our analysts as Operation Vulture, was a coordinated strike package intended to destroy a key Ukrainian S-300 battery protecting the strategic town of Kramatorsk. Russian planners, we are told, assembled a diverse and potent force. This was not a haphazard missile barrage. This was a deliberate sequenced attack. The first wave consisted of a swarm of Iranian-made Shat-136 drones. These low-cost loitering munitions were the bait. Their mission to saturate the Ukrainian air defense grid to force the defenders to reveal their positions and expend valuable missiles. Our sources indicate over 20 Shaheeds were launched from positions in occupied Crimea. They came in low and slow, a buzzing cloud of death skimming over the tree lines. The Ukrainian Air Force Command confirmed engaging these targets. Multiple launches were detected from manpads and short-range systems. The night sky was lit with tracers and the flash of explosions. A full-scale electronic war began as Russian jamming platforms attempted to blind Ukrainian radars. This is where Russian command believed they had an advantage. They anticipated the Ukrainian response. They waited for the primary radar of the UHR-300 system to activate to track the remaining drones. That was the moment the second wave was launched. This was the hammer blow from a forward operating base inside Russia. 2 flights of Sukhoi Su-35 fighter aircraft were scrambled. These are Russia's top-tier multi-role fighters, each armed with 2 Kh-31 anti-radiation missiles. The Kh-31 is a terrifying weapon, a rocket-propelled missile designed with one purpose: to hunt and kill air defense systems by homing in on their radar emissions. The plan was elegant in its simplicity. The drones forced the S-300 to turn on its radar. The Su-35s then fire their Kh-31s from a safe distance, following the radar signal straight to the source, a certain kill. But something went terribly wrong. Ukrainian intelligence, we have learned, had intercepted communications detailing the broad outlines of Operation Vulture. They knew the playbook. They had adapted a plan of their own. As the Su-35s entered their launch envelope and began to paint the target area with their own targeting systems, the Ukrainians executed a devastating countermove. They did not rely on the S-300 alone, hidden in a wooded area 5 kilometers from the primary battery was a mobile launcher for a newer Western system. This information is confirmed. The system was a Patriot missile battery supplied by the United States. Its powerful radar remained silent until the very last moment. While the S-300 engaged the drones, the Patriot waited, its crew monitoring the passive signals, the electronic signatures of the Russian jets, as the Su-35s prepared to fire their Kh-31s. The Patriot system powered up, its radar locked on, and launched. What happened next was a turkey shoot. The first indication Russian command had that their operation was failing was the loss of contact with the lead Su-35 flight. In the span of 90 seconds, our sources confirm 3 Su-35 aircraft were blown out of the sky by Patriot PAC-3 missiles, the 4th jet in. The flight broke formation and attempted to flee but was engaged by a second Patriot launch. It was destroyed before it could leave the engagement zone. The footage we are seeing now is thermal imagery from a NATO AWACS aircraft monitoring the border. It shows the clear and distinct fireballs of the Sukhoi disintegrating mid-air. This was a catastrophic loss, not just of aircraft, but of highly trained pilots. Russia cannot easily replace men of this caliber. But the disaster for Russia did not end there. The third wave of the attack was already in the air. This wave consisted of 2 formations of older Su-25 Frogfoot ground attack aircraft. These slow, heavily armored jets were meant to follow the path cleared by the Su-35s and deliver precision bombs on the now defenseless S-300 site. However, with the Su-35s destroyed and the Ukrainian air defense network fully alert and active, the Su-25s flew straight into a wall of fire without their top cover. The frogfoots were vulnerable. Ukrainian MiG-29 fighters, which had been held in reserve, were now scrambled and vectored towards the incoming Su-25s. A brutal dogfight ensued at low
altitude.
Over the front lines, we have reports of at least 2 Su-25s shot down by Ukrainian air-to-air missiles. The remaining aircraft jettisoned their bombs and retreated in disarray. The final tally from this single operation is staggering for Russia. For Su-35 multi-role fighters confirmed, destroyed 2. Su-25 ground attack aircraft confirmed destroyed over 15. Shate drones shot down and 0 damage to the intended. Ukrainian S-300 battery, this was not a setback. This was a rout, a complete and total failure of planning, execution, and air supremacy. The Russian Air Force has demonstrated a critical weakness, an inability to adapt to modern integrated air defenses, and a fatal predictability that Ukrainian forces are learning to exploit. The cost of this failed operation runs into hundreds of millions of dollars, but the strategic cost is far higher. It proves that even Russia's most advanced aircraft are not safe in Ukrainian airspace. It proves that Western technology, when wielded by determined and clever defenders, is a game changer. The implications are global. This event will be watched closely in Beijing, in Tehran, in Pyongyang. It sends a clear message that asymmetric defense can defeat a numerically superior air force. For the people of Ukraine, it is a moment of immense pride and a vital morale boost for the soldiers on the ground and the pilots in the sky. They have shown that they can not only endure, but they can outthink and outfight their adversary. This is more than a victory. It is a demonstration of tactical genius. The skies of conflict have shifted once again, and Russia is now left licking its wounds and facing the grim reality of a failed air campaign that will go down in history as their most stupid operation ever. This is skies of conflict. We will continue to monitor this developing situation.